guys. I don't know if y'all see me yet, but I'm trying to get to the live. I can't see it myself. All right. I think we good. Roger Brown, what's happening, bro? Let me know if my audio is good, if the visual's good. I'm gonna try to make it happen. All right, how to sound? Roger, how to sound, man? Hey, you're supposed to be recording Yellowstone anyway, man. Everything's good, everything's good. We'll wait for some people to chime in and we'll get this thing started. Happy New Year to everyone. Let's have a good 2023 bike season. All right, everybody's getting in. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have a good long conversation tonight. Game come on a little bit, whatever, no big deal. Appreciate you for telling me about the audio, brother. Let's see. David Matias. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'll get to it in a second. Let's go. I'm answering a few questions. Kelly B. Live, what's up, man? I'm answering some questions today. Y'all know what I won't talk about, but everything else I got you. Guys, I want to talk about, I'm a little early, but I'm going to be bringing up Daytona, March, so that first weekend, and maybe that second weekend, I'll tell you guys some plans. We'll see where we go from there. Hopefully, some of you, I know a lot of you guys are, kind of far away, so we'll see, if we can get a group together. But I'll go over all that in a second. Let's get some more people in here. Curtis, what's up, man? Yeah, happy New Year to you too. Yeah, Mike Anderson, what's up? Yeah, I see everybody. All right, y'all jumping on. I appreciate y'all. Michigan, what's happening? Uncle Ruckus, all right. You coming to Daytona? That's a good idea, All right, we getting it started. Mike, bike running good, man. Jermaine McClendon, what's happening? Sorry if I'm saying y'all whole government like that. I want you guys to know who I'm talking to. Real Ron TV, Ron, stay on. This is aimed at you too. Okay. All right. Quick shifter, down on the Harley, quick shifter. Down on the Harley, I'm gonna clear that up for you too. I'm gonna run back down these comments. So all the questions you guys put on here now, I'm gonna be scrolling through and I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna try to get to everybody's question. So throw it all out there. Okay. So if I don't get to it right away, guys, don't worry, I'm gonna get to it. All right, here it goes. So let me start off by saying this. I'm gonna get all my BS out of the way. All my plans. I got a lot of plans for 2023. I'm not going into them. The first event I'll be doing in 2023, it might be a ride. So guys that are down here, I'm gonna try and put together a ride if you're down here. Don't worry about it. I'll see you guys in March in Daytona. And let me get on the topic of. I'm gonna get on the topic of Daytona first. So, me and a few other YouTubers want to get together in Daytona. Now, guys, don't take it as this is just a YouTuber thing. We're just the ones that's gonna be making a video. Everybody, we want everybody to come out, show up. We're gonna pick a spot. We can all hang out, play around with the bikes, look at the bikes, talk about the bikes, do something different. Daytona gets boring to me after after the first day, maybe, or after a few hours of doing the same thing. We can only eat so much. We can only go to Harley for so long, and then what do you got to do? So I want to be able to do something different. Guys, if you hear somebody stealing my idea, let me know, because they do it all the time. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Ron, you're one of the guys I want to get at. Do Works is out there. I want to get with him. We've already talked a little bit. He's out of town right now, so we're gonna chat when he gets back, and we'll put a few things together. The whole purpose of it, guys, is I'm not a big time YouTuber. A lot of the YouTubers know me, but we don't interact. I don't know why. I guess I can't help their channels, but whatever, no big deal. But they reach out to me about certain things, and I think that because I say no a lot of the times, they kind of turn off by me. But I'm not here for them. I'm here for the actual people who like to watch. I'm not here for anybody else really. But I want you guys to come out. I want you guys to see the bikes. All American Cycle is going to be there. So George and all the guys you see in the videos, I'm going to be doing a lot of the like spotlight bike of the week type deal, maybe every 2 weeks. Whenever I feel like, all right, there's a bike that I need to put on the channel. So those guys are going to be there if you want to ask questions. Everybody's super cool, so don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Like I said, guys, you always can reach out to me on Instagram. I try to get to you guys as fast as possible on Instagram, but sometimes I gotta go, man, like I get a lot of messages, so I gotta kind of go through the bluff of the some of those messages, get them out the way, and then I'm on to answering questions. So Daytona, I'm gonna have a ride before that. I'm not sure when I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have to have some people help me out and put it together. I already got a spot. That's the big thing. So I'm trying to make this thing a little bit more central for Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach. We're gonna go north. So the guys that are coming from maybe the Daytona area, and that's probably the farthest I would come if you're actually thinking about coming. All those guys that way come down. We all hang out. It should be good. I think I can put that together. But look out for Daytona, guys. If you haven't been to Daytona, if you pay attention to a lot of social medias and a lot of the new videos that have come out, everything is based off of performance baggers. So we doing a lot of performance bagger stuff. We can all get out there, catch the vendors and all those type of things, but Daytona is really going to turn around. It's going to be a lot younger this year. I can promise you that. And you will see a lot of the performance side of these baggers really come out. Guys, if you have a Harley, right, and it's not, you haven't done anything to it because you're scared of warranty and different things like that. Listen, if you have a Milwaukee 8, if you have a 114, if you have a newer 107 where they changed all the little issues they had before, don't be afraid of that bike. Those bikes live, those bikes take a beating, those bikes can do miles, you can do everything. It's almost bulletproof, okay? The only thing I ever tell anybody to worry about is the transmission, and that's all about how you shift your bike. But don't worry about that. Build you a nice little bike, build you something that you like, customized for you guys. Remember, I always say go with the stage 2 setup. Badass setups we have down here. Shout out to Al up in Mississippi. He got his done. He's in love with it. You guys, if you watch that video, we took a ride. I couldn't show you guys what we were actually, putting a little pedal to the metal out there, but those bikes are running pretty tough. Speaking of, and I'm going to jump off that subject for a second. When you saw that video, if you watched, his buddy came with a Road King. He's got some work done to that Road King. If I was you guys, stay away from that damn Road King. He called out some people, he beat the people. I saw the video, it looked pretty bad. And that's like, that was a quick build. I don't even know if he put enough miles on that bike first, but he went out there and stepped on some toes and made a name for himself and pushed the brand of All American Cycles and helped me out, I think, a little bit with just, vouching for the word that I gave. He's got a nice setup. So, getting off of that, we'll start scrolling. Did I miss anything? Ask questions if I missed something, guys. Let's see. David Matthias, I gotta answer this question again, man. I know you don't like saying what you did to your bike, but is it a stage 2, 3, 4? Let's call it a 4. Let's just call it a 4. It's a competitive bike, and I think I tried to go over this in the last video, but I don't do too much on YouTube in details or show me racing the bike that much. It's usually on my Instagram, and it usually will be a quick snippet, just because it's competitive still. I'm still out there trying to, further this bike along. So you gotta think it like this: the Cowboys ain't never gonna show Washington what their playbook looks like. That's how I feel. And because I'm competitive, you put a lot of money in these bikes. You just can't give it away like that. That's why I tell you guys who to go to. If I have put the video out, remember, I've done all the parts on this bike. I've showed you what parts I got. That's the recipe. Now it's up to you to cook it, and make it work out for you. So, David, I got a stage 4 monster. I'll call it that. Let's see. Okay. Quick shifter. It's not worth it if you're not going wide open. If you're not holding that bike wide open throttle, it's not worth it, and you have to be careful. You can go wide open and shift it without coming off the gas, but you're still taking a chance. Third gear in these Harleys is not the best. So, stomping it into third, you're taking a chance. I always rock the throttle. Unless I just can't get off the throttle right then and the bike's sitting right here and I just gotta kick it. That's the only time I'm really doing it. Unless you're ready to replace the third gear or replace the transmission, don't do it, buddy. Just traded the Harris for a road glide special. What's all the wind hitting my face? Thought it was supposed to be better. First of all, I don't know how tall you are, but second of all, the windshield is what makes the difference. I'm gonna assume you have a newer road glide. We got those 2 vent holes in the middle, so I know you ain't that short for the vent holes to be hitting you in the face here. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're down here. So get you a nice little windshield. Remember, you can rock a 9-inch windshield on a road glide and it'll look pretty much like a 6-inch. Nobody can ever tell the difference. People always gotta ask me what size my windshield is. It's actually a 9. So get you a good windshield on there. You can wear your hat. I wear my hat to the front sometimes when I'm riding and it won't move. So I'm just being honest though. Guys, I pride myself on being honest with you guys. That 883, if that's the bike that's in your budget, if that's the bike you feel like you like to look at the most, rock out on that 883. But I will tell you this, you will eventually move up to a bagger, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the 883. Just eventually, don't be scared of it. So if you had the chance to get it out, don't be scared of it. Once it's off the kickstand, once you're in motion, you're good to go. These bikes handle like a dream. Let's keep going. Jermaine, thanks. 2147 crew, what's happening, brother? Right now, baby stored at the dealership and all that stuff. Okay, I can understand that. What's up, John? HD. I'm scrolling, guys. I'm scrolling. Content with your okay, sounds like a good little setup. With the street glide, said it made 155 horsepower. Stage 4, 128 from Moonshine. That's pretty decent. I mean, can't take nothing from that. Did you get your title belt yet? The title belt is in the making. They gotta make it first, and then it'll be here. Guys, don't worry. I'm gonna do a whole video on that too. How much do you air up your 21-inch tire to? Whatever the tire pressure on the tire says, really, man. I don't try to overinflate it. A lot of the times, and I'll be honest with you, these Harleys move around. Like hey, if you're above the speed limit, I'm gonna leave it at that. These bikes start to move around, and that's aerodynamics to me. So the wheels, I don't run them super hard because I want as much contact patch, especially in the back, to kind of try and keep that bike, kind of planted a little bit. But they all move, especially if you're running a performance style of a tire. Let's go. Speaker and amp install. Bro, there's really not much to go over. You 6 foot tall, I got you. There's not much to go over. Pick a brand, right? And say, give me the rest of that brand. That's just me. I went with Diamond. I said, let's do Diamond everything. Everybody, and this is the way I look at it. Every installer, if you're not installing this yourself, every installer goes by what he likes for, his ear or his pocket. If it's he gets a good deal on these and they sound good, that's what he's gonna rock. If he has a good relationship with these people, that's what they're gonna rock. There's nothing I wouldn't say if I sat a PRV bike next to a Diamond Audio bike, one is gonna be just that much better than the other. Unless you have something so out of control over here and this just has a normal setup, that's the only way I've ever really heard a difference. Once you put that, that setup and that tune in that bike, that's what you have. Guys, I don't know, if you looked at my Street Glide and you heard it, it wasn't the loudest of bikes. Of course not, there's more bikes a lot louder. But it was so clear that was untouched. So if I did put that bike in the ring with another bike, they would have to give me the crown of being that clear and clean, but they might not give me the crown for being that loud and that much bass. Just what it is. So it's all personal preference. I don't know what you're really trying to do with your bike or how much you're trying to get out of it with sound wise, but PRV is a cheaper brand, okay, until they come into the competition stuff. So if you go PRV, even not the competition, you're gonna sit good with anybody. But once you hit that PRV competition stuff, you're in a good ball game. Diamond the same way. What else do I have? I have hold on guys. I'll look it up in a second. It's another big brand. But I mean guys, it's all pretty much we're looking at numbers and then we're trying to hear it at the end of the day. It is what it is. Just go off of a good budget. If you got a good budget, don't worry about it. You'll be all right. What days are you thinking about getting in? 2 nights perform over in Daytona. Brother, I'll probably be up to that first week on a Friday. I might be able to get to Thursday. And we could probably do something on a Saturday when everybody gets in town. We make no problem with that. Motor, All American Cycle Stage 2, 117. Eric, you said the shit, not me. Guys, I didn't want to say it, but Eric put it down here, so I'll confirm. Yes, it's true. All American Cycle Stage 2s on a 117, 140, 140. I'm not gonna tell you what's all in those what's all in it because you gotta go get the sauce from All American Cycle. 140, 140 is basically anybody else's stage 3. That's with pistons and cylinders and a bigger cam and all that other mess. Well, what I showed you in a video already. You might not have paid attention to it, you might not know what you were looking at, but go back and watch. It was Highway Runs, but it wasn't the last Highway Runs, it was the one before. And somebody was on a black bike making the hits against a 124 build, and it was neck and neck, and then the 124 couldn't catch them until they were like up top for 5th gear. So if you're bringing something with 140 horsepower and 140 foot-pound of torque to the table in a stage 2, you can't beat it. That's top tier, top of the line stuff right there. Ron, I don't want to tell you the secret, but Ron, just look at All American Cycle for that. We already talked though. Let's see. Mike Anderson, I got you. Man, our great install should be able to put it in there. Eric, you right about that? You know, like the Indian Challenger, thoughts of the Indian baggers. I don't have a problem with it, but this is my only issue. Wait, before I go into Roger, do you have an Indian? Before I start talking shit. Smoke Under the Oaks. Where's that at? Tell me where that's at, because that's something I might pick up and put on my calendar. Let's see. Let's see. Um, okay, so Roger, if you're thinking about switching, I don't know, but an Indian, I have nothing against the bike. Nothing against the bike. I've even researched how they make their stage 2 kits, how they make their big bore kits. I've looked into everything. I'm a researcher, man. I looked into everything on those Indians, whether it be a Challenger or what's the other one? The Chieftain. They make a good bike. But I got a few things against the bike. First of all, it's not a Harley. I don't know BMW too well. I don't know if that's a cruiser or something a little more upright, you know. But Denny, I'm sorry. I got ADHD, man. Yes, I'll be there for the cook-off. There's not enough dealerships. There's not enough people who want to really work on them. So if you go back and do all those extra little things that you want to do, some Harley guys won't touch an Indian to save their life. I just don't like the way that the brand has been tossed around so much, you know, so I'd stay away from it. It's almost to me like they wanted to make it a Harley. They wanted to make it like this is the competition with Harley. Harley doesn't do that. So pick a lane, stay in that lane and rock with it. But you can't compete with something that's been around so long unless you have the money to do it. And from what I understand, I guess Polaris, or they bought out Polaris, or somebody, like they had to come together and basically put together what Polaris was going to put together to make another Indian. It's kind of plasticky to me. It doesn't have that same research behind it to kind of say, okay, we got something that's going to compete. And if they didn't have one dealership every 80, 90, 100 miles, if I get stuck on the side of the road, what am I going to do? I can't call Harley to come get me. So I don't think anything bad, but I don't put much thought into it. Now I've had guys say they want to race me with their Indians, and their stage 2 makes like 117 horsepower, 130 foot-pound of torque. That's their stage 2. And I just told you a Harley stage 2 makes 140 with a good setup. I'll be going backwards. Their dash is a little gimmicky to me, but they do have the sport bike suspension and feel to it, so it's personal preference. But they just don't have it. They just don't have it. What else we got? Inline Sports Tuner. Okay, 160. It's decent. I mean, if it's something to cruise, if that BMW is a nice cruiser, you can lay back a little bit. You know, I don't know, man. You know, it's kind of hard to walk away from Harley. Guys, you gotta think about this. I was never a Harley guy. I was always a sport bike guy. And the closest I would get to a Harley was an M109, and I rode and I was like, if this is the smoke that they're bringing, I never ride one. Until I, did some more research and did some things and took a chance. Harley started to look better to me. They weren't looking like the old Harleys from the 90s. Then, let's jump. Let's see, what else we got? Hell's on 2 wheels. Hey, man, I gotta filter you. Hey, so you called out everybody with a moonshine build, man. Listen, I'm not a part of that, okay? The guys who I know who got a moonshine build are cool guys, okay? Let's let them live, man. We know you built a monster. I know. I know. So moving right along. Let's see. Yes, a water cooled Harley would be a game changer. Um, I don't know, man. I don't want them to take from anything else by trying to try something else. Because you gotta wait a year to see, maybe two, to see how that works out. So I think, don't they have something that's like that only cools the heads or something like that? I think they have that set up already. Jay Holmes, I know you. Can you tell me who this is? Because if it's who I think it is, then let me know right now. Because I see you sitting on a sport bike in your picture here. Al, what's up, man? I told him you got a killer out there and what y'all was doing to them people up there. Out there puppy kicking, huh? Let's see. I think it's done. Finish. Well, let's show what Angel Sierra said. He said the same thing I just said, but I ain't want to say it. He said they don't have the finish. They don't have the look. They look cheaper, and they look plastic. All right. So, Jay Holmes, he's got the belt in Mississippi up in that area. He came down. He did what he needed to do, and he took it back up there. Now, we didn't get a chance to get on those bikes, so I know when he took it from here, he didn't really know what he had just yet. And I knew he didn't know at that point, and I couldn't say anything more because I needed him to feel it for himself, see it with his own eyes. Because me telling somebody that, that's gonna be something that kicks ass ain't the same as you just going out there and kicking ass. So we talked about some things that he needed, and he got it done, and he did it the right way. And he still can go out and ride that bike all day. He can come get some more power if he wants to, but that bike, the way it is perfect for what he's doing with it. He's got another bike, and I'm talking to him at this point. Got another bike, and I know that's probably what he puts his miles on and everything like that, but he got a champ in the garage, I can tell you that. Matt, I'm about to answer your question. Hey man, listen, at least you know you can take some water. Alright, so Matt, I am running the chain. Do me a favor, go back and watch a video of mine that I did put the chain on, so you'll know what chain, what sprocket, what whole kit I put on there. I'm not doing a grudge box. I'll be honest with you, a grudge box will slow you down a little bit, just because of the way it's set up. And it's just like anything else, even with a chain, it will slow you down a little bit because it's made to withstand and not have so much give in it. So I do run a chain. The maintenance is whatever on it. I try and keep it clean. It's the only way to go. Once you start putting down some power, it's the only way to go. And I'm only saying that because if you torture your bike like I do sometimes, I would have been broke the belt. Even though my bike is brand new, barely had any miles on it. But by the time I'm done trying to dial that bike in and get it exactly how I want it, my belt would be like holding on by like little pieces of rubber. So do the chain. You might not tell that it slows you down because you're going to be that much harder on the bike from the initial hit. So the initial launch, you're going to be on it. You ain't going to know the difference. I mean, 3-4 horsepower, who cares? You'll never feel the difference. Let's see. No. Hey, listen. So Ron, hold on. Let me go back up. What numbers all Americans I was getting on 107. Okay, dear meet time 2 times. Let me answer your question real quick. We did one, but it wasn't an all-out type of a stage 2. I think it put down like 110, 112, something like that horsepower, but it was still like high 120s on the torque side. Maybe, I don't think it touched 130, but I know it was like in the 120s. With that being said, that was like a mild little stage 2. It wasn't a bigger cam, and I'm not talking about we're losing any torque with whatever cam they put in there. But if he would have said, hey, I want that horsepower out of my stage 2, then we could have went, manifold, throttle body, different things like that to actually get that bike to start moving. Let's see. Which oil cooler do I have? Sir, if I could tell you, I would. I just don't know the name of it. The name, oh man. I'd have to ask All American Cycles George, and he'd be able to help me out and let you know what I got. Go as long as you can with a belt. True, do go as long as you can with a belt, but don't get stuck on the side of the road with a belt either. It takes forever to fix it. Yeah, it's mounted under the saddlebag, man. I'm glad you peeped it. Now, most people don't even know what's going on, but that is an oil cooler. It is an extra large oil cooler. Guys, I'm not telling anything else. You gotta go to All American Cycles to get that information. That's why we don't blow up. That's why we can run these bikes all day. Let's see. I'm giving out free game today. When I get on, I got a few more minutes, so let me get through everybody else. Hells on 2 wheels. Let me tell you, we're gonna have some things locked in. Guys, if you know Do Works, check him out. He's gonna be down for a little action. Now, I'm not saying we're doing any street racing. I don't know what we're doing. I just know we're all gonna get together and have grown man conversation. All right? Merch. Okay. Man, and I owe somebody a shirt. And I owe the first winner of the stage 2 a shirt. I keep forgetting. If you're out there, bro, hit me on Instagram. I need your information again. I'm gonna get you 2 shirts. Merch will be coming soon. I think I got it already. My thing is just, the business side of it. Roger Brown. I can't believe you just asked me that. Roger Brown, my bike can go anywhere any other bike can, and probably it's better than any factory motorcycle. I don't care if they kept that bike bone stock. Those bikes still blow head gaskets. Mine, I can guarantee you, is gonna be fine. I can state to state this bike. I can do all the things I want on my bike. Don't ask me how I know. Just know it's been proven. Tony, what's up, man? David, yeah, man, I'm sorry, bro. I honestly, I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but hook up with George. See if, you should get to George, because I don't think anybody else is running it, honestly. And if you've been to the shop, and I know a lot of you guys, or some of you guys have, you see a lot of the bigger bikes and some of the monsters out there run the oil coolers like that. I have an oil cooler, and you got to have it. Oh, trailer queens. That's true, because we're all about to ride the Daytona. Now, I'm not saying that Daytona's far, but we got other bikes that have done bigger miles. My buddy, who I was just telling you guys about, he has the 107 Stage 2. He's been riding his bike everywhere. So, a couple more questions and I'm out. Whatever you guys can think of, speak now, forever hold your peace. Guys, if you just joined, I'm gonna go back over this again. I will be in Daytona. I know I'm hitting you guys early with this, but I will keep reiterating this as time goes on. I'll be in Daytona the first weekend. I'm debating the second weekend. I gotta see how many people actually want me to be there on the second weekend. I can hook up and talk, do everything with them. I'm gonna get smaller YouTubers, smaller YouTube guys. Whoever reaches out, I already got a couple of guys I'm talking to. I'm gonna be filling them in on more of my thinking and see what they got, and we're all going to try to meet in Daytona. And I'm not trying to make this an all YouTuber thing. No, we're trying to get everybody who watches the channels to hang out. We can go, figure out a spot to hang out at. Everybody look at the bikes and, oh, I did this because you showed me this, just that type of thing. I mean, just there's no, guys, I don't hang out and talk to a lot of YouTubers, okay? Most of them, I just, they speak, I speak, whatever, or, they're over there and I'm over here in my own lane. So it's not about that for me. It's more so, like I said, about you guys and meeting you guys and be able to say, okay, this is how either, the things that I got on my bike that you want to see, and just hanging out more so than anything else. Guys, I don't plan on being bored in Daytona. I mean, there becomes like a little stretch where I'd be like, all right, I'm getting bored. After you do the Daytona thing and you eat, I mean, not the Daytona, but the either the speedway, vendors or the dealership vendors, and you eat, and I was like, all right, guys, what do we do next? So that's where I want to put this thing together at, when we got that blank space of time, preferably during the day. It's usually cold. I think last time I was there, man, it was like in the 30s last March. So, first weekend I'm definitely there. I'm hitting vendors. I'm doing all those things. Second weekend is up in the air. So guys, if you're going, make sure you get you a nice little spot. We'll all link up. We'll figure it out, because I'll probably go live and things like that. What else we got? Okay, boom. Tony. Okay, how limited are you? Make my comment. All right, that's Hills on Two Wheels. Touch 556. What's up, man? I hope you're enjoying that bike. And this is Touch 556. This was just off a whim. I met you at the shop just out of the blue one day, and you had a whole story to tell. I think, most of the guys who get builds from George have a story to tell before the build. You know what I'm saying? And most of you guys, I mean, all good guys though, all good guys. Hells on Two Wheels, you are not about to get both of us, I don't want to say the word sued. I don't want to say that word. I want to say we don't want to be on the radar. What else we got? Angel, thanks to the channel. Stage 3 on the bike, George knows the stuff. Okay, let's speak on George real quick. I'm not gonna, toot his horn too much. But George is a rider racer. So in order to be a rider racer, you have to research and then do it and then see what works. Once you figure out something doesn't work or something does work, you know what to throw in the trash and you know what to put out there on these bikes. Now, my part comes in where I was the same way you guys are. I just met him before you guys. So I could say, George, let's sit down and talk. This is what I want, this is what I don't want. And it's pretty much the same thing that everybody else says. But at the end of the day, I put my money out there first. We got something good. I put my money out there again. We got something even better. So I can say George is the guy you want to go to for that. That's like having somebody build you a race car who doesn't even own a race car. How does he know what to put in your car to make it go fast? Horsepower does not mean a bit that much. Horsepower is just to say everything's working right before we put it on the street and then twist the gas. Guys, you can have as much horsepower as you want. If you don't know how your bike acts under how much RPM, under how much clutch, under how much throttle, you won't beat anybody but yourself. That ain't no shot and that ain't no call out. I'm just saying, if you can't do that, if you can't get it right, don't sit next to me and think you can get it right today, because it ain't gonna happen. I want to make sure you ain't gonna get it right. Moving right along. How often do I race my sport bike? Oh, let me go up. Did I miss something? Hold on. First weekend at Chromeworks 10. You're invited. Brother, we're going to be together. Okay? Don't worry. We're going to get together. Look, I got Hells on Two Wheels. I got Real On TV. I got Do Works. I got some more people that we're going to try and get with who are doing what we are doing. I'm not just going to be getting anybody. And we're not doing that. And we're gonna talk about it. How often do I race my sport bike? Mike Anderson. Okay, so I guess I can go into a quick little detail on my sport bike. It's not here right now. listen, guys, I got a lot of people out here watching me. You know what I mean? And they want to know what I'm actually doing and how fast I'm actually going and different things like that. That bike is used for action. If there's no action, that bike sits. I mean, I don't really need to take it out and keep doing it and playing with it because it's not that type of bike. Once it's time to go out and say, okay, we're gonna have some fun at an event or something like that, that's when I'll prep it. I'll get it back ready to be ridden. Boom, make a fast pass, and then we sit back and wait. So it could be, guys, it could be, months at a time before that bike starts up again, man. Sometimes I'm even surprised it cranks up. So we're getting something done to it now. I got it somewhere. We got a bad bike already. It's just gonna be even a little nastier. Just a little nastier. So let's go. What else we got? Harley and Indian. You doing your research on Harley, man? Because all American Cycle do machine work. Yeah, miles on two, sort of, kinda. They got a little machine in case they need to do something quick, but they don't do like full on machine work. No. All right, calm down on that. Hey, yeah, hell too. Let me do it. Let it. I can finesse it a little bit better. But Roger Brown. This is the last time we're gonna have this conversation. There's no comparison. There's nothing that can compete with the research of a Harley. You know what I mean? It's not fair to say it is fair. Don't try and go and recreate the wheel. You'll see a few Indians. I don't even know where you can buy an Indian t-shirt from besides the dealership at this point. You know what I'm saying? And when we go to the events in Daytona, I don't see them handing out Indian shirts. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me joking around, but the bike's probably a good bike. I've had guys come up to me with their Indians and say, hey, does Bad Boy Cycles make a seat for it? No, and that's because there's not enough pull for Indian at this point, man. You just never know when Indian's gonna go belly up again. You just never know what can really, really happen. They don't have enough to make me say, yeah, that Indian's a badass bike. They're trying. People are trying to pick that lane to go with and trying to be different, but for what? These Harleys, yes, a lot of them, 90% of them are black, but you can get whatever you want. One thing's for sure, two things are certain. And bike, at the end of the day, is going to be yours, and it's going to be customized however you want. Indians don't have that big long list of customization. They're not that. I don't even know what to call it, guys. I mean, it's just that bike doesn't have that it factor like a Harley does. When somebody pulls up on a Harley, you know they're on Harley. They pull up on an Indian, you be like, who makes Indian? Indian makes Indian, but who makes it? Like that. I mean, that's my look at it. So, do us all a favor. Let me know when you have your Harley, so you can send me a picture and I can post it. He made the right decision. That's what the title's gonna say. DC Cycle Street Kings. Dear me, 2 times TV. I'm getting offended with you. Okay? Roger, before you go test riding doesn't give you the whole full feel of the difference. It takes a little bit longer. I might make a video on that one of these days. Dear me, listen. We've beat Street Kings so bad that we can't get a race from anyone else. Remember, Street Kings has their own shop. And there's no disrespect to Street Kings if anybody's out here looking in from it. But I'm just going to state the facts. They got their own shop. They make fast motorcycles or high horsepower motorcycles. But they can't beat All American Cycles motorcycles. We've proven it twice. They came to us, we came to them. Check the videos out on my channel, man. I mean, I did it for the reason of this. They're up here. Their level is here. And we were here. Nobody, it's not a real talked about shop until they beat them. But when they beat them like that. They beat them back. Oh, I'm glad you saw it, Jimmy. 2 times. Hey, you hunt? I need to go hunting, man. Who's got some hunting property? Who's got some spots for me? I need to go shoot a deer. I ain't get one I didn't get one last year either. So, love jugs, no, man. And it's kind of like hard to get right now for some reason. And I don't plan on running any love jugs. I haven't had a problem with my bike. Road Glide is the bike, man. Road Glide is the bike. Let's see. Everything regular? No. I don't know the guy. And challenging me, no. I touch 5.56. I wanted to use a bow too, but I'm not good with a bow. I use a crossbow. or the 0308, that's my baby. But yeah, I guess we're talking about. I got 5 more minutes to get this off my chest. So I went over, what you guys, I'm not even gonna say you guys, but some guys are calling out other YouTubers because I did say I'm the fastest YouTuber. And I got a lot of reasons behind why I would say something like that. And a lot of the times is if you show me your hand, right? You show me your cards, and I'm like, that ain't enough. Trust me, that's not enough. I can look at a bike and say if it's fast or not. If I can hear it, I can say if it's fast or not. That's just it. If somebody does call me out, I don't have any problem with running them, you know what I mean? I mean, it's all, like I said, guys, it's all in good fun anyway, but the guys that I've been hearing about, and I'm like, these guys don't even really race. These guys really don't do it. All you have to do is look on, I can't even give you guys a good channel to watch. I can't think of the guy's name. He's out on the West Coast, but he's not a big time YouTuber at all. He just makes a few videos here and there of their street racing. And they get down out there, but we can't get them to come here. But I can tell you by looking at them and then looking at YouTubers, it's not even the same. It's not even the same ball game. It's not even close, guys. So I won't get too far into that subject because that just starts a whole bunch of BS. Yes, sir, I do. I have it on my channel. Check it out. Okay, let's see. Are you doing a ride before during the Daytona? I will. Did you talk about the work you have done on your bike? All right, well, let me go up a couple then. Okay, so we're going to do a ride in Daytona, of course. So that's what I was saying. If I can get a group, you know what I mean? And I'm not just talking just YouTubers, but some of you YouTubers, you guys might be following a few of us. I will try and get enough guys together so we can go and take a ride. I want to take a ride. I mean, like I said, it gets boring after so long in Daytona that you got to figure out something to do, and you can go up and hit a few curves or whatever. Try and do something safe because I don't really trust everybody's riding, but let you hear these bikes, let you see these bikes, let you smell them, all of that stuff, hear them. So that's during Daytona. My other ride will be before Daytona. So if you're down in South Florida, I'm going to put together a ride, and I know where I'm going, and it's going to be a decent ride. It's probably like an hour from me. So it'll probably be an hour for anybody. So if you're coming from north to south, if you're coming even further south, it's all about the same. We're getting on Highway 27, we're going to make it happen. Ghost Rider, yes. My bike can go anywhere anybody else's bike can. It's called a highway bike. It's a basic highway setup. Bike can ride anywhere, idle for as long as anybody else's bike, and takes pump gas. Hells on Two Wheels, we can run those bikes. I don't really run bikes out of Georgia's shop though. It's just the respect thing for me sometimes, but some of these guys I gotta get out the way. There's only one guy I need to race at the shop anyway, and I just gotta get him out the way. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time doing it, but whatever. Who else? What we got? I thought it was because his on his channel about now a little bit content. So is he copying off me? Rob Ashton, is he copying off me? You know what I mean? Let's talk about that. And I'm not gonna name names, right? But I have a few people who copy off me. They will go back and look at my old videos and basically say the same thing I said. So I'm like, well, where did that come from? And then I'm starting to pay attention to it. I even saw a guy, he pulled out his fuel filter. He's like, look what happened to my fuel filter. I made a whole video on it. So I guess what they do, they go on your biggest, some of you got high views on, and then they want to make a video after it. Like, buddy, you have to be authentic. You got to create your own content, because if you don't, sooner or later somebody's catching on. But if you have a bigger subscriber count, of course they're probably going to see yours first. But all the guys who know me and a loyal member, they see what's going on. So it is what it is. And I don't know if that guy's commenting on me. I don't know who else, but I know two people in particular. And it's strange because they both reached out to me before about information. And I'm like, okay, here's some information. All right, here we go. They don't even subscribe to the channel, but that's the sucky part. If you're gonna copy me, at least say shout out to Max. You know what I'm saying? I watched this channel and this is what I came up with. It ain't that hard. Let's see. A couple more questions and I gotta go, fellas. All right, so Matt Morrell, I'm about to answer your question, but not answer your question. I can't tell you anything more than the 140 stage 2 if it's running E85 or 93, unless you go to Georgia and figure it out yourself. But if there's no E85, remember, E85 might pick you up a couple of horsepower. So either you'll be a little higher or a little lower. It only picks up, I picked up a little chunk. I think I picked up like 10 and 8, like 10 horsepower, 8 foot-pound of torque, something like that. It just all depends, and it can be different from day to day, but we see usually 6 horsepower, 6 foot-pound of torque, somewhere around in there. Just all dependent. Remember, you gotta have the whole setup. If you got the whole setup, you're going to have a 140 bike when he's done with it. He's gonna push you in the right direction to get everything you need to actually have that. Ron, the local ride. So I gotta pick a day. I can't have it mixed in with all these dates of a lot of other things that are going on around here. But I'm going to do like a LaBelle area ride. There's a spot over there that I like, and I really want to get people to come from north, a little south, to go and take that ride. But I just got to figure out a date. If it's definitely going to be before Daytona, but I'll reach out to you, and we will definitely make it happen. Got you. Even if anything, me and you got to meet anyway, and we'll get together and talk. Yeah, all right, Dwight. Everybody does everybody's everybody's videos, but I don't even watch these people. If it's a suggested thing and I'm looking at it, I'm like, that sounds like mine, or you're doing. Listen, I'm the walk back king, right? Now everybody wants to walk back. That was the first thing. you hashtagging walk back, put my name in there. That's all you gotta do. I'm not gonna steal your subscribers, but my content is my content. It's garage basic content, man. Jeez. I don't have to go to every dealership, every person who has parts. I don't have to do that to try and make content. And I get it. Sometimes you gotta find content. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna go on your channel and bite your content and sound like you, and then try to start to dress like you. I'm not gonna do that. Everybody's their own man or woman. I'm not gonna come to your channel. I'm not gonna make my reels the same as yours. Now listen, I've got it all, guys. I'm moving on from that. Roger, back again, brother. I got you. I like carbon wheels. Remember, carbon wheels have an expiration date, so be careful with that. Um, Everything to lighten up a Harley counts. We have a lot of bikes in the camp with carbon wheels. They sell them for everybody, so it's not a secret. If you like carbon wheels and you like the price, it's something you can't beat, and you pick up power on the dyno if you like dyno numbers. Make you go a little faster too. Rob, I hear you. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it there. Half an hour, Tony. You half an hour. That'll be perfect for you, man. Listen, don't worry, guys. If you don't follow my Instagram, go follow my Instagram because that's where I'll be putting out a lot of that information. A lot of this stuff will not be on YouTube because there's kind of no point of putting it on YouTube. So, yeah, like most of the YouTube people are wherever far away, so there's no real point. So I'll be putting it on my social media. Ron, I'll be getting with you and let you know what's going on. Guys, I think I'm caught up here. Let me see. I miss anybody? Matt, if you don't have E85, don't worry about it. We got bikes. If it's a 117, these are 117 stage 2s, what I'm talking about, that do the 140, 140. You still will have more power than any Harley, anything that comes out of any one of those Harley shops. Stage 4, stage whatever else they got, you'll be faster than that. The fastest Harley that comes out of the dealership at a stage 4, heads, pistons, cam, everything is 125 horsepower. My boy Al, you still on? He just put down 125 horsepower with a 114. And I think that Al could have gotten more power, but the weather wasn't right. You know, we put the bike on a dyno on sucky days, man. It just happened that way. It was humid, then it started raining, then it was just not the conditions I would ask for to actually put that down on there. But at the end of the day, he takes that bike from here and takes it up to Mississippi. It's not going to be 125. It's going to be wild. It's going to be way better than that. But the dyno is only the number to show you did whatever you did inside that engine, you did it right. That's it. So there's been a lot of bikes I've seen over the years did shit on a dyno, and I had one. I had a 1000. It did shit on a dyno, but God helped me when I put it on the track, and it ran away from everybody that was there. It was, if you guys care to know, 125, 134. Al, let them know you can't beat that. But my bike was 178 horsepower, right? Let's call it that. 178 horsepower on a Gixxer 1000. It ran 820s at the track. I could put a lighter jockey. I weighed probably 150 then. I could put a light jockey on it, and it would go 8 O's. And this is back in 2012, 13, 14, somewhere back in there. This is when those numbers were kind of almost impossible to get out of something like that. Moving right along. Do you have a recommendation for wireless Android Auto? No, man, I don't. Hey, listen. If you're asking me, and I'm trying to figure out your question here. If you're asking me like, what do I play my music off of, or what do I watch my my GPS off of? I'm not sure your question. How many miles do you have you put on right on the time? Venom seat. And how was it as far as comfort? Wesley. Okay, so Rob, for my music, man, I plug right into the Bluetooth. My shit is amazing on Bluetooth. Don't plug into the Bluetooth. I'm wireless on the Bluetooth. But if I do stick it into my iPhone, it's a little bit louder, but I gotta tune it a little different. If I'm using just straight Bluetooth, it's amazing. It's hands down. So how many miles have I put on my Venom seat? Remember I just did the I say about 1,000 miles. And for comfort. Okay, let me go into that real quick. Yeah, that's what I do now. Okay, perfect. Hey, but don't forget, man, you could go on your phone and change settings and get the EQ right. So the Venom seat, the seat by far, hands down, there's no other seat that can touch it. And if I'm at the shop all day, right? I'm at All American Cycle Shop all day. And there's seats coming in after one another, all these bikes, and I'm looking at them. And then I might go over to one. That's a Salomon. That's a Salomon. This little fat, wide, flat though Salomon. I push it. I feel like I'm damn near touching the battery. I'm like, all right, what are we talking about? Lucky Dave. Let me stop calling names. All these other seat brands. I'm like this. I'm like, oh, because I want to know. I honestly want to know if my seat, is there something better? Why not go with it? But there ain't nothing better than that seat. Nothing. When I rode it to Daytona, I was having more fun doing everything else than even thinking about the seat. I'm not tired. I'm not hurting. I'm not thinking about moving around. I need to get off the bike. I want to sit. I'm like, shit, I'm about to run out of gas. Let me get off. Let me go get some gas. Back on the road again. It was nothing. Mind you, that's only 3.5 hours, and I get it. But I'm doing 3.5 hours. Then I'm hanging out for another 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. I'm riding around, chilling, cruising, whatever. Then I'm riding that bike back. And I've had no seat fatigue. I don't know if I just made that word up, but my ass didn't get tired. So, that's all I got for you. Guys, I appreciate you for watching. This was a long one. I'm going to watch some football. No more questions? All right, y'all, peace.